That guy in the back looks like Ralph the movie maker.
We would like to, express our utmost gratitude to.
I guess he heard what I said. Now he's hiding behind the dude.
Enjoyed and thank you so much.
Woo!
Hey, Matan. Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
What the fuck was that?
I can't believe
I guess that was his main moment. I don't know, man.
10th annual Game Awards.
The Game Awards were interesting last night. Al Pacino was there for some reason.
I may come.
Michael Madsen gave one of the most awkward game announcements I've seen in a long while.
Wow. What a crowd.
And everybody gave Christopher Judge shit for having such a long speech. I don't get why though. Every minute he was up there giving that speech was another chance I had to win a Steam Deck. I mean, I didn't end up winning one though, but I saw what he was going for if nobody else could, and thank you, Chris. I love you. The big moment from last night everybody's talking about was that kid that went up on stage with the Elden Ring team when they went to accept Game of the Year. I had a feeling he didn't belong up there whenever he was just standing awkwardly behind them. My friend Blaine messaged me almost immediately on Discord after our homeboy over here dropped his sage wisdom shout out to Bill Clinton. The kid ended up getting arrested for pulling that whole stunt. But hey, at least we got a whole wave of memes out of that incident. Because honestly, for a second, whenever I saw him standing up there behind Miyazaki, I thought he was just gonna grab the mic like Kanye whenever they were done. And then he was just gonna go on a long tangent rant about how Sonic Frontiers should have won Game of the Year instead of Elden Ring. And then a whole drove of Sonic and Genshin fans were gonna Naruto run rush the stage, and they were gonna have this giant skirmish for who was really gonna win Game of the Year award this year. I mean, I'm disappointed that didn't happen, but I'll take the Bill Clinton thing instead. See, I blame Will Smith for all this. Ever since he slapped Chris Rock, I'm just always expecting something exotic to happen on a stage anytime there's some sort of award show going on. Alright, back to Christopher Judge for a bit. My head theory here is that Valve was they had a walkie-talkie and they were talking into somebody's headset, and they just had them start playing music whenever somebody's speech was taking too long, because the longer they're up on there, that's the more Steam Decks they gotta give out. So I imagine they're just trying to save inventory as much as possible. I bet Gabe Newell himself had a button he could push at any moment whenever somebody was taking too long. It reminded me a lot of that whole wrap it up box from that Chappelle Show sketch. Besides watching the Game of the Year awards to try and win a Steam Deck, and to also see who was going to win Player's Voice between Sonic and Genshin, I'll admit I was pretty interested to see what games we had to look forward to next year. And here's some of the highlights, I guess, that personally interested me. Well, Among Us is getting a new hide-and-seek game mode that looks pretty fun. They announced raids for Modern Warfare 2, and as somebody who's burnt out on usual COD multiplayer modes, I'm glad I didn't just spend $70 on the campaign. Hades 2 got revealed, which reminded me that I still need to play the first Hades. Kevin Conroy got a nice tribute at the end of the new Suicide Squad game trailer. I'm gonna miss listening to that man voice the Dark Knight. Rest in peace, Kevin. They're releasing The Last of Us for the 4th time now, and they still won't bring back the multiplayer. Cal is looking like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys in the newest trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I'm all for it. The creators of Celeste announced a new game called Earthblade. I just know that r/tomorrow is gonna have a field day with this one when it drops. Death Stranding 2 got announced, and Troy Baker is back. I guess he didn't learn from that ass beating he got in the previous game. I can't wait for Kojima to go all film school on me and Austin again. I like the first Death Stranding, so I'm really interested to see where the story goes next. And now I have to go and play through all of Cyberpunk, because Idris Elba is going to be in the DLC they announced. Horizon Forbidden West has a DLC coming out, and I can't wait to see what else gets announced around the same release date, because this series has bad luck with other titles getting released in the same time frame and stealing all the thunder. I wouldn't be surprised if Half-Life 3 got announced around the same time the next Horizon game does at this point. There's this one game called Post Trauma that looks like some Silent Hill-esque horror game, but my theory is that it's just some geriatric off his meds running around. The monsters in the game are probably just going to be his handlers and doctors trying to get him to take his meds and to get him back to the old folks' home. Meet Your Maker actually looks pretty fun. I didn't know about it till the Game Awards, and I'm actually pretty curious to play it, and I actually might sign up for the beta just to get a good taste of it. Final Fantasy 16 probably had the most hyped trailer of the night. See, I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, and I've only played a little bit of the remake of 7, and I'm seriously considering picking this up whenever it drops. There's kaiju fights, and the magic abilities look gnarly. I had no idea what was going on in the trailer, but it looked cool, and that's all it needed to take my money. And along with Final Fantasy 16, The Lords of the Fallen is definitely going to be the one I'm picking up. Out of all the games announced, those two definitely piqued my interest the most at the Game Awards show this year. And they're both PlayStation 5 exclusives, so it looks like Sony is finally taking the condom off and showing us what they've got for this console generation, and I look forward to it. Other games got announced like Armored Core 6, which had an awesome synth track in the trailer, but I've pretty much covered the games that actually interested me. And as somebody who's a fan of the future of VR games, I'll talk about Behemoth when I see some actual gameplay in a trailer. I'm not gonna get hyped for it based off of a pre-rendered video with some sections in it mimicking VR gameplay, if that's what they were going for with the first-person sections. But Evan, you mentioned Death Stranding 2 earlier, and that was pretty much the same thing with a pre-rendered cutscene as a trailer. And yes, you're correct. But the thing is, I've played the first Death Stranding, so I already know there isn't going to be any gameplay in Death Stranding 2 to look forward to. I imagine Behemoth will be cool when it comes out. It's made by the same team that made that Walking Dead Saints and Sinners game. I just want to see actual gameplay when it comes to VR games. I know that's a dumb take and all, but honestly, I cut out this whole rant that I was going to go into about pre-rendered cutscene story trailers for VR games, and honestly, that's just not an argument I'm willing to start because I know I'm going to lose it. They showed a new clip from the Mario movie, and it's looking like it's going to be a fun watch. I no longer care that Chris Pratt voices Mario. I'm just hoping that it's going to be an enjoyable film more than anything else. Now back to the other thing that actually got me to watch the Game Awards this year, the Players' Voice Award. As we covered previously in another video, the Sonic fans and the Genshin fans were fighting for Players' Voice this year because the Sonic community decided it was going to start shit with the Genshin Impact community, and now those two went at it so damn hard that bots got involved and they had to pause votes so that they could remove the bot votes. And once the smoke all cleared, Genshin won this year. I mean, I really didn't care who won. I just love it when drama gets involved in something with such low stakes as a Game Awards show. I'm just gonna end this video on my live reaction of when we were watching the Game Awards show on twitch.tv/EbbleThePebble, so enjoy. And yes, before you ask, we did go on Twitter to see the aftermath after the winner got announced. Hashtag robbed was actually trending because so many people think it got stolen from Sonic Frontiers. This stuff will always be funny and entertaining to me.
Category. You guys were very
here we
busy
go.
voting the past few
Come on,
days.
Genshin or Sonic?
Nominees: Sonic Frontiers, Genshin Impact.
Here we
Once
go.
we took out all the bot votes, the Game Award goes to Genshin Impact.
Hey, it beat it! It beat Sonic! Watch there be a gang war between Sonic and Genshin. Dude, there's been a gang war between Sonic and Genshin. Now we get to see the aftermath of this. I'm gonna go into the subreddits later and take a look at that. Fuck. Kyla. You'll get him next time. Yeah, good for Genshin. I gotta see how they're taking the L against Genshin. Aw. It's nice that they're getting along now. Thought it'd be a lot more hostile. But let's be real. This is Reddit. We're going on Twitter. That's where the animals are. I want to see that. Sonic Frontiers got robbed. Sonic was robbed. Sonic was robbed. We're going back in time to make Sonic Frontiers win player's choice. Sonic got robbed by an anime gambling game, bruh. I can't. We definitely got robbed. Oh my god, hashtag robbed. Dude really called Sonic fans bots live on stage only to have Genshin win the award. I mean, yeah, they both used bots, but after that got pulled away and the voting went back, you still have way more Genshin players than you do Sonic players, so as when our time has come and gone, they'll be the one to carry on. What? Okay. Man, they're taking it hard. I have seen this artwork before. Saw that on Reddit earlier today. Yep, this guy's got it right. For being annoying as hell. Okay, bye. Sonic fans did all that shit just to lose. I'm crying. Sonic fans right now. Let's have a moment of silence for Sonic fans. That artwork's great. People saying Sonic got robbed, but y'all gotta realize it came out right before Game of the Year thing started, and unlike God of War, it wasn't as highly looked forward to. Sonic is still Sonic for the most part, but no one cares. True. Look at hashtag robbed. I want to see how the Genshin community is taking it. Oh, people are using hashtag robbed for other things besides Sonic. Saying God of War got robbed by Elden Ring. I don't know, man. I think Elden Ring deserved to win. All right, let's look up Genshin. Maybe don't encourage voting fraud. I knew there would be blood if Genshin somehow won. I have no idea what Primo Gems are. I guess that's just the in-game currency. Sonic fans are salty for sure, but let's be real, if Sonic won that one, Genshin fans are going to be equally salty. Oh yeah, no, I definitely believe that, but it's funnier to watch the Sonic fans get saltier. Yes, I believe both of them used bots, and they undid that, but then, it's like I said in the original Genshin Sonic video, they have China backing them, so, alright, good night, I guess, I don't know.